why we think this is the best team ever. But I mean, hopefully you'll see that here. Okay.
So this is the user interface, and yeah, so go ahead. So it has kind of different applications altogether, and we call it as a capture application that captures all the information about the assets and spaces of a particular building or a facility, and then you have a vision that has the 3D capabilities of looking at the spaces and quickly searching intuitively, getting contextual awareness or situational awareness, what is happening on that particular building. And we're coming up with some analytics, gathering the data from since we know what asset is going into a facility management system or a CMMS system or ERP system, we are providing the master data to them, to those downstream applications, and we want to bring in the transactional data, how much of the maintenance has been done, what was the cost, repairs, and all, back to our digital twin platform, and then have those analytics running behind and give insights on the 3D platform, like what are your good assets, what are your good actors versus bad actors, how do you want to improve your space utilization, kind of stuff. So that's work in progress, as Mark said, as a digital twin platform. But for now, with interest of the subject, we would like just to go about the capture part, which is COBieConnect. So you have two options on the COBieConnect. If you have a COBie spreadsheet that you have defined, you can download it and manually enter the metadata that you wanted to capture, right? So you can just upload the COBie spreadsheet, or if you have a Revit file, you can even upload the BIM file, right? And when you do that, you'll from the spreadsheets, the data loader will extract the floors, spaces, zones, about the spaces, locations, and the categories, types, components, and systems from the asset hierarchy, right? So go ahead, Madhu. Go to the components. Maybe you can go to the floors. Yeah.
Yes, will come from flows. And
so here's some of our Archibus. This is our Archibus background, buildings by floor.
So you get to know the floor information. You can collect, you can just type in, you can attach the photo or the 2D floor plan of that particular floor, right? And give the information about that particular space. All the COBie standard fields can be captured, right? And then it will also show you how many spaces are attached to that floor. How many components? I mean, when I say components are nothing but equipment installed on a particular space, right? An equipment type has, when a pump is installed in 4 locations, one pump instance, installed on a location, each instance is called a component for us. So it has those relationships between the space and the assets or an equipment. And we do also have some sort of document management pertaining to that particular data point or an asset or a space. So go ahead into the component.
Okay.
As you're seeing here, like this system, this facility has a lot of components. So here, what we are trying to do is you can assign the data collection for these components. So can you open any of the component? So this is what you wanted to. So this is all customizable, Nick. Right? It depends upon the project, what data they want to collect, right? In terms of financial details or warranty details or asset details, right? It depends upon the customer's requirement. we can customize the data forms or the fields that they want to capture. Okay, and so once you have defined what fields you need to capture, you can assign these components for data capture to a number of users that you wanted to onboard, right? So you can just click and assign it to the people who are actually the data collectors. So yes, so the field agents, we call them field agents, who are actually supposed to collect the data, or contractors, right? When they install, they need to publish, or they need to send this data to us, right? So when you assign this data collection part to them, the user gets a notification through an email that a project has been created and some sort of data that they need to collect on this particular project. So he can actually click on the link and log into the system and start collecting the data. Go ahead, Madhu.
Yes.
The field agent view, right? He can access this application through his mobile, tablet, or anywhere, like even on his laptop using a mobile application or a web application, right? So when he logs in using his username and password, he would look at the new tasks that he has been assigned to. Right. So these are his tasks that, most probably the data he needs to complete or collect for a particular project. And he can pick up any of the tasks and start collecting the data that is actually, published by the admin or the owner. So if he is physically trying to collect the data, he can take a snap using his mobile application, and that gets attached to the asset details here on the project, right? And then you have these OCR capabilities, AI services kicking in that can read from the picture, and then you can start mapping the data onto the data collection fields, right? So for example, you can just click, and it's reading the data from the picture right now, right? You can just map the serial numbers or anything. This is what you could do. So this is how we are making sure that you don't have a spelling mistake. You have a standardized way of collecting the data, and you have you don't have gaps for errors.
And we have the warranty informations. And we can upload, field agents can upload any warranty related documents from here. And as well as they can establish the communication to the admin as well. And as well as they can tag other users or admin as well.
So this is becoming more kind of a collaborative tool now. A field agent can ask for extra information, or even the owner, once he submits the data, he can pass on his feedback if some critical data is missing. So all the collaboration, or the comments that they are making um, are stored and attached, pinned for a particular asset, so that you have end-to-end communication what's happening on the field throughout the project implementation.
The validation system ensures all the required information is captured or not. While submitting, it won't allow you to submit unless until you fill the mandatory information. Yes, here installation date is the mandatory one. So due to the
And then the asset categories and everything are standardized, right? So you just need to type. You don't want to type it manually every time. You just type some of the information, and you get an auto correction or an auto pop up for that particular asset which is already in the database, right, in the inventory database. So right now we are following the uni class of assets, but it can be customized as per the the client's requirement. So yeah, so as I said, this cloud application becomes the golden thread, right, from day one. And first it gets into the designer's hand, where it pulls the data of the asset IDs or the equipment IDs and the locations, and then it gets into the contractors, and then the contractor have to fill in the warranty details and the purchase orders, with what purchase order was it bought and when was it bought, and then the field agent or the installation teams, it gets into the hands of installation teams to collect the pictures of that particular asset, and fill in the manufacturer informations, installation dates, and everything. And at every step the data is getting enhanced, right? And then finally, during commission, they would have a single application where they can aggregate, where they can see like all the data has been collected, all the assets have been collected as per the BIM plan, the approved plan, right? And so that the commissioning is hassle free, and once the commissioning is done, the facility management systems have a right quality data to start their O&M, right? So you can download as a COBie format or a fixed file format. You can pick and choose columns that you wanted to download, or we have open APIs that can automatically get into the CMMS or any ERP systems real time once it is approved. This is going to be throughout the life of the building, because the analytics are more kind of we are integrating with the sensors, right? And so throughout the facility life cycle, throughout the operations, this system in future it's going to get back the transactional data, like the repairs, maintenance histories, and everything, and we'll have specific applications that could help performing asset performance management, right, and giving a kind of digital twin experience to the operations department. We do want to partner with CMMS systems or FMS systems, Archibus, or any of ideally the data collected from this system should go into the CMMS,